Thank you very much, Kayla. Thank you to Shadow Ventures for the opportunity. Glad to be here. We are Buildores, a data analytics enterprise SaaS real estate tech company with some early revenue. We created our technology initially for the Irvine Company, which is the largest private real estate development company in the US. We have used our technology for over 3 years on more than $22 billion worth of projects for very well-known national companies like Lennar, Brookfield, and other companies you see their logos on the screen. Our team comes from both construction and software development world, and we are very excited about the project we have taken on, and have a few slides to tell you more about it. So real estate developers need to act quickly and make decisions quickly at the very early stages of development, but they're just not set up for that. They need the speed, especially at the very beginning of their race. But just the process, the industry has been very, very slow. They're not equipped with the right tools. And that's where we are, and our solution is helping to accelerate the processes, especially at the very beginning of the project, which is the feasibility analysis. The traditional process starts with the developer hiring an architect to come up with a sketch. Could be 1 or 2 page or multiple pages of very raw sketches, and then they'll take that sketch and go to a contractor and ask for a cost estimate. The contractor would typically take a few weeks to come up with a rough cost estimate based on that couple of pages of design, and then give it to the developer. Then the developer would plug that estimate into their pro forma and calculate their return on investment measure that they need their investment decision based on. If the return on investment is not good enough, they'll go back to the architect to do a redesign. And they'll go through that cycle again and again until they either run out of time and or they run out of their pursuit budget. Our team used to be that contractor for a few years, providing those estimates for developers. And we found out that this is a very long process, typically takes about a month. And at the end, the developer just ends up spending too much time and resources on it. We have developed a solution at Buildores that allows the developer to go through that process in about 1 hour instead of 1 month. And the developer can do it all without the need to hire an architect or get the estimating services of a contractor to get a cost estimate. And it just speeds up that process internally without having to involve 2 other parties. And the result is, when you look at the traditional feasibility analysis, they need to hire an architect and get a contractor. It is a slow process. It is expensive, typically $5 to $10K expense to the architect. And at the end, the developer analyzes a few design options in a few months until they run out of time or money. And too often, they just lose that deal because they can't just find the right design that makes the project pencil. With our platform, the developer doesn't need the architect or the contractor. They can do it quickly, and instead of spending thousands of dollars, they can do it for a subscription fee. And as a result, they can analyze a lot more design scenarios, and they're more likely to make that deal happen, which means they get to capture the potential millions of dollars of profit for that deal. Our product is a software. It's a web-based software for real estate developers. They are our customers, to use the historical data to run their feasibility analysis. And that is the key. The historical data is really what allows this quick feasibility analysis. Our platform helps the developers to organize and store their historical data onto our platform, and then use our analytical tools to run feasibility analysis. So the way it works is they just come to our platform, upload their historical projects, and they'll set the parameters of the new projects that they're looking at. And once they set that, the system will use relevant information from their historical data and gives them a cost estimate and an ROI measure for their new project. Our customers upload their historical data to our system to use our analytical tools, which is cost estimating, ROI calculation, and so on and so forth. But while they're doing that in the back end, we are aggregating all of our customers' data and extracting insight from all of these construction project data, which is very valuable. For example, we are aggregating construction cost data across different regions, and we can show like a crowdsourced data on construction costs rather than like using survey data or some other methods. This is what's unique about our platform. Or we can show cost trends over time of cost of framing or concrete or any trade, and use that to forecast in the future. The other use case for it is, which is something we are very excited about, is development hotspots. Because developers use our platforms to analyze new projects and new sites, we can identify what are the sites, what are the areas that developers are actively looking at building few years before the construction starts. So unlike many other platforms that track construction permits or actual construction starts, we get to get that information a few years before, when the developer is just eyeing a piece of property, and we know where the hot spots are. Our market is huge. Building construction is an $800 billion market, and multifamily residential is $50 billion of that. We are starting with multifamily residential. Around 200K players are in the entire building construction industry, and 3,000 of them are multifamily. Our total addressable market to start with multifamily is 72 million, and overall in building construction is $5 billion. Again, we have started with multifamily, which is one of the most complicated sectors. But since we have cracked the code on that, we can apply our logic to all other sectors, like commercial, hotel, retail, warehouse, and any repetitive type of construction. Our subscription model is an annual subscription, but our long-term plan is to charge as a percentage of the customer's revenue. Our competition are mostly early stage startups, and I can say all of these companies are trying to capture value at the very early stages of project development, but every company is attacking it at a different angle. How we differentiate ourselves from other companies is our cost estimating system is proven. It's been tested on billions of dollars worth of projects for well-known companies like Irvine Company, Brookfield, Lennar, and companies like that, and it's proven, and we have really high accuracy on that with very limited data. We are also unique in gathering all of that data from developers and providing that market data and intelligence. Plus, our platform allows our customers to organize and store their historical data and access it whenever they want it and whenever they want it. In terms of our progress, our very first prototype was built back in 2017, and we used around like 2 years or so on R&D and improving it on so many projects for so many companies. Right now, we have a consulting business and software. We launched back in January 2020, and we have some early customers. Some notable ones are, again, like Irvine Company, the core companies, mostly in the West Coast, but we are expanding to the entire nation. And we expect our software revenue to outgrow our consulting business very soon. We are raising $300K. Thank you.